Hello and welcome into the RotoWire esports show. I'm Andrew Laird, joined as always by Ethan Sexton. Today to talk about Wednesday's two-series LPL slate. Ethan, I tried to do the mixed 80 carry mid laner yesterday. Didn't work.
No, but I don't think he outscored Doinby, right? But
No,
Knight had more kills than Doinby, so there is something there.
there's
I
something
don't know
there.
if it's like I don't know if it's enough to be like to solidly say that it's something that's going to pay off in the long run. But I think there is something to it at least because only one person on the team can lead the team in kills, right?
Right.
I'm sure they can tie, but I think there's something there. It's still an interesting way to go about it. I think it's just more that teams in certain matchups are going to score better than teams in other matchups. Duh, not saying anything crazy there. So even if like mid laner from team A doesn't get as many kills as mid laner from team B, they both get sweeps. If the guy from team A, even though he's got less kills, he can still end up with 10 times more kill
Right.
or 10 more like kill involvements or something like that. So I think there's something to it, but I don't think it's like a concrete way we got to play. That said, though, Knight was in the winning lineup, so you weren't too far off. But double top was the winner from what I can see. So
Yeah. I obviously don't want to make any declarations after one slate, especially when the slate was a double top laner victory that I just
chalk
like.
fest, yeah.
I think those are the worst. I actually think double support lineups are awful as well, but double top lane, I just hate that.
Yeah, yeah, it's hard because at least supports usually end up with pretty good kill participation, whereas top laners usually don't.
Right.
But like on this slate, so 369 in the captain spot was the winner.
Yeah.
I would have definitely put Nuguri in there because I think he has more upside. I mean, both are really good top laners, but Nuguri plays the more carry oriented style more often than 369. So yeah, I mean it's kind of a crapshoot when you do the top lane captain, but we've seen it work a couple times. So
Yeah.
can't fully rule it out, but it's still not going to be the most popular way to go about things, I don't think.
Yeah. Obviously, kind of what we said yesterday that BLG put up enough of a fight against top, whereas FPX just comfortably rolled over LGD. So it seems like at least in the recent history that we might be better off just taking long stacking the team that's not the biggest favorite, just because they not so rarely recently have been being outscored that way. That certainly could apply on this Wednesday slate. In continuing the traditions, Suning, the biggest favorite of the season, against Rogue Warriors.
Yep.
I don't know if there's a better situation that you would want, I think if you asked me like a month ago, like Suning against Rogue Warriors, like you're obviously all over Suning, and we obviously expect them to win.
Right.
But I think the fantasy points are coming from this Rare Adam V5 matchup, which is a little closer. Rare Adam's a bigger favorite, but there's not only is Rogue Warriors not winning, but they're just ruining everything. And so now I feel like we don't even want a long stack Suning in what looks like an ideal matchup.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's just like Rogue Warriors are so bad that they can't even muster the energy to
Right.
put up a fight and make the other team come away with some big kill totals. Although, on Sunday when they played OMG in that toilet bowl matchup, so the first game it was 11-3 OMG won, which 11 kills for your winning team is not ideal, right?
Right.
But I will say that in game 2 it was 21-14, so it was a lot more competitive. But the issue we're going to run into tomorrow is that Suning are quite a bit better than OMG, so which makes them infinitely better than Rogue Warriors, right? So, and to your point that you mentioned, about the last couple slates, we've seen these huge favorites, when they're namely the biggest. Every day we're coming in and saying this is the biggest favorite of the year. In those matchups, it's like the top teams are just rolling over these bottom dwelling teams that they're facing off with, and they're not being pushed to put up a lot of kills.
Right.
Like FPX today only put up 31, which is okay, but we want to see them getting up more towards 40 like we saw out of top esports against a better team. So if we stick with that theme and that rationale, then yeah, we're going to want to long stack either Rare Atom or V5 tomorrow, because that's going to be a more competitive series, at least in theory, than Suning up against Rogue Warriors, even though, Suning are probably the best, record-wise it doesn't show, but I think Suning would still be favored over Rare Atom, who are ahead of them in the standings if they played. So Suning are the best team, in theory on this slate, but is the matchup too easy? They're not going to have to put up a lot of kills to come away with a victory. I think that's the major concern, right?
Yeah, so going back to what you said about OMG, that like Rogue Warriors made OMG look great. Yeah, I think the legitimate issue on this slate is that Suning are too good, at least against Rogue Warriors, that they just won't have to go as crazy as we want them to. Do you think V5 has a shot against Rare Atom?
Yeah, I think they're a live underdog. I think, I would back Rare Atom to win. The problem with V5 is that they're their own worst enemies. They're in games a lot. They're playing really well, even against some of the better teams in the league. They can compete and play really well. And then they make like one bad mistake around Baron or around a dragon fight. They get aced, and then the momentum swings to the other team, and they can't recover. So that's been their like biggest issue this season, is their like in-game management, their macro, and their shot calling has not been very good. Which has really like cost them in games that they've led. So, I think that they're a live dog still, because Rare Atom's record is a little bit deceiving. I think they're more like a mid-table team. They're up in the top 6 right now, and they've been playing pretty well, but they're a little more boring than some of these other teams around them in the standings. So I think V5, have a shot, although I'm still gonna back Rare Atom to win. Wouldn't surprise me at all if V5 won, and on a 2-game slate, I think looking to go towards V5 is not a dumb thing to do necessarily.
Game stack?
Oh man.
I mean,
I don't know. I mean,
you need that one to go 2-1, and you need Suning to not score.
See. Yeah, I could see that series going 2-1, and if we're going by our theory of top teams smashing Rogue Warriors and not scoring that well, then a game stack could pay off. I mean, the concern is, both Rare Atom and V5 are kind of teams more on the lower mid side of kills in the league.
Right.
So neither one is really the most explosive team, but if it goes to 3 games and all 3 games are close, like none of the games are blowouts, right, in terms of kill totals, and soon, I mean, see, like I'm listing like 3 things that have to go right though, which is always my concern with game stacks. So I'm not going to go there. Would it be the most shocking thing if that is the winner tomorrow? No, I don't think it would be, but I don't know. I think I'd rather, if I'm going to play V5, I think I'd rather play V5 and Suning together and just try to get a little bit of leverage. Like, no one is going to play Rogue Warriors in their right mind tomorrow, and can't even say, like, even on a 2-game slate, I can't say that playing Rogue Warriors for leverage is a good idea. I guess unless you're doing, like, 3 lineups and you just want to cover your bases or whatever, but Rogue Warriors can't see them winning a game, let alone the series, right? So V5 should be lower owned than Rare Atom and Suning, so you get a little bit of leverage with V5. I think, they're not a crap team, right? They're not great, but they're not horrendous either. So they've got some potential to upset, and they can score okay and win. So I think if I was going to go game stack, I'd rather just play V5 with Suning and try to take my shot that way.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot more sense. Like, obviously, if you think V5 score well enough to play them, you're now wondering if, Suning plays.
They just win.
Yeah, I guess the idea with the game stack, obviously, I mean, you're guaranteed at least one winner, but you're obviously also guaranteed a loser. So if you're playing V5 with the expectation that they win, but you still think you're going to play Rare Atom also, you're now essentially making the decision that Rare Atom in a loss will score more than Suning in a win. And that seems ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And I'm just not the game stack guy, right? So I'm never going to be fully in favor of doing a game stack, but sometimes it's easier to see the viability than other times. And, I think tomorrow it wouldn't be a crazy thing if we do end up seeing a game stack win, but I'm not expecting it, I guess, is where I'm at on it.
Right. I guess the idea ultimately comes down to, you think that Rare Atom beats, let's say that both favorites win, that Rare Atom beats
Victory 5.
Victory 5, thank you.
No problem.
And they score more than Suning. And so you're basically looking for the second team. So you either need to take a Suning. I mean, if you play Suning Rare Atom, you're playing double jungler, double support, double top lane. Like, you're not getting the carries. But you need Rare Atom to outscore Suning in order to do it.
Right.
But then the idea is that the non-top lane lineups that include Suning, non-carry captain lineups with Suning and Rare Atom outscore the double carry lineups of the game stack. Which,
right.
Yeah, I just Suning just, I feel like we've said that a few times though, but I feel like Suning's still one of those teams that, like, even if they can easily roll over, then they're still going to score a ton of points. Like, I don't know. I'm struggling to see Suning win, like 12-2, 13-1, and that's it. But maybe they will.
I mean, it could happen, but yeah, I would hope and expect that they would at least get towards like 35 kills, even if they can't get to 40, right? But it's just the Rogue Warriors thing is throwing the pause for us, because they're just so bad that are they going to even, like, is Suning even going to need to put up a lot of kills just to crush them, right? Like, I think that's the thing that throws, like, the wrench into our thinking here. But, I just think Suning are going to easy sweep, and, maybe if you have a little concerns on how they score, you just take your long stack from the other series, because it's going to be more competitive. So that's kind of where I'm at on it, I think.
17.8 deaths per game for Rogue Warriors.
Right. That's what we like to see, right? I mean, they're awful. I mean, they're not good. I mean, it's a pretty dream scenario. So, I'm not going to pause using Suning. Like, I don't have a lot of hesitation, but I think it's just good that we bring up the fact that, in matchups like this that are so lopsided, sometimes we don't, sometimes the favorite team just doesn't need to put up high kill totals to win. So that does give us, at least a little bit of pause in our thinking, I would say.
Do you think people are more likely to do double jungle as opposed to support or top lane for the two favorites?
I think I would still go that route, even though, today we saw the top lane captain pay off, double top pay off. For me, it's just, I think junglers I think they get more kill participation than top laners on average, so they have that going for them.
Yeah.
And I think they usually end up with more kill participation than supports, and they're going to have more kills than supports. So I just think there's more upside in using double jungle than there is in double top or double support, but you're also, it's also going to be more owned than using double support or double top lane. So
right.
I think the top laners on tomorrow's slate, like, you could captain Ben. He's a guy who can take over and carry games. Saw him get a pentakill in the World Finals last year, right? So you could do it with these top laners, but, Cube is not really a guy that is going to take over a game, and then Langji is kind of similar in the same way, and then he's pretty error prone as well, so I would have some reservations about captaining him. But if you wanted to go double top, I think you could captain Ben and take a shot that way at lower ownership, right? So not like a dumb thing to do by any means.
Makes sense.
Yep.
All right. If you guys have enjoyed the video, if you could please hit the like button below. Feel free to subscribe for all the RotoWire videos doing all the sports that we cover. You can also subscribe to RotoWire. Just go to rotowire.com/subscribe to see all of our prices for different subscription options. If you want to try us out for free, you can do that for 10 days. No credit card required. Just go to rotowire.com/pod, P-O-D. Gets you access to all the sports we cover, as well as our subscriber Discord chat. Ethan, Thank you for that. Good luck on Wednesday.
Yep, same to you, man. Just quick shout out to the RotoWire baseball guys. I'm in the throes of MLB draft season. I'm sure they won't watch this video, but that's all right. Shout out to them anyway. I'm enjoying all the the coverage. It's helping me with my draft. So
All right.
check those out if you guys are into baseball as well, right?
There we go.